You ever meet someone who just has it, that magnetic thing that just pulls you in and makes you hang on every word they say? Well, guess what? It's not magic. And it's definitely not something you're born with. It's a skill. It's a mix of your mindset and how you act that, honestly, anyone can learn. And today, we're going to break it all down piece by piece.
This quote right here, it gets straight to the point. It's what you could call the people pleaser's paradox. You know that feeling, right? You're laughing at a joke you don't even think is funny, or you're saying yes to plans you really wish you could skip. In those moments, you're not actually connecting with people. You're just putting on a mask. And you end up erasing all the unique stuff that actually makes you, you.
So look, you've got two paths here. On the one side, you have the people pleaser. They're trying so hard to be liked that, ironically, nobody really remembers them. They just become kind of flat, kind of boring. But then you've got the magnetic person. They just show up as they are. They're not afraid to have a real opinion. And that authenticity, that's what pulls people in. I mean, this just makes it so real. The person who came up with this whole framework, they said they used to be like a puppet in conversations, just nodding along. The result? Total invisibility. It was only when they started being honest, saying stuff like, I didn't really love that movie, that people actually started to notice them. They finally became a real person instead of just background noise.
Okay, so if being real is the goal, where do we even start? Well, it begins with something you might not expect. It's physical. It's about owning your space. This is our first pillar, and it's all about making your inside confidence match your outside presence.
I want you to do a little mental check right now. Next time you walk into a room, doesn't matter if it's a party, a meeting, or just a coffee shop, just notice your body. What are you doing? Are you trying to make yourself smaller? Are you hunching your shoulders, crossing your arms? Basically trying to disappear. It's this subtle, unconscious thing so many of us do. Look at this. Your body is telling a whole story before you even open your mouth. Check out the message row here. When you shrink, you're whispering, I'm awkward. I'm not sure I should be here. But when you expand, when you take up space, you're declaring, I belong here. And people pick up on that signal instantly, without even realizing it. So how do you actually do this? It's about small, conscious choices. When you sit down, don't curl up in the chair. Spread out a little. Put your arm on the chair next to you. When you're standing, plant your feet. Feel the ground. And when you walk with purpose. Not fast or rushed, just intentional. It's a tiny shift that makes a huge difference in how people see you. And let's be super clear. This isn't about being arrogant or aggressive. Not at all. It's about a deep, fundamental shift in how you see yourself. It's about truly believing that you have every right to be in that room just as much as the next person. Once you really believe that, your body language just follows. All right, so we've got the nonverbal stuff down. Now let's talk about the verbal. And this next pillar, this one might actually surprise you. It's not about being the funniest or the smartest person in the conversation. It's about learning to speak less so you can say more. It's all about mastering the pause.
This is such a powerful idea, isn't it? The most magnetic people don't feel this nervous urge to fill every single second of silence. Nope, they're comfortable with the pause. And that little bit of quiet, it makes everything they do say feel so much more important. It literally makes people lean in and listen. Just listen to the difference here. Person one just rushes in, right? The words all fall out in this jumble of uhs and maybes. But person two, they take a breath, they think for a second, and then they give a clear, confident answer. Who sounds like they're in control? Who do you trust more instinctively? It's all in the pause. That's where the power is.
We are all so guilty of this. When we're nervous, we use these words as a crutch. They're just filler. They come from a fear of silence. But if you can just train yourself to replace that with a moment of silence instead, boom, your words suddenly have so much more weight, so much more authority.
So we've covered your body language, we've covered the power of the pause, but this third pillar, this is the foundation. This is what everything else is built on. It's about dropping the need for approval. And honestly, this is the real game changer.
Seriously, think about this for a second. Every time you post something and then obsessively check for likes, or you ask your friend, was that weird? Did I say something weird? You are literally handing over the remote control to your own self-worth. You are giving your power away.
These are the classic signs.
And look, it's a totally human thing to want to be liked. But it gives off this energy, this needy energy.
And neediness is basically the opposite of magnetic. It just pushes people away.
Now think about the energy of someone who is truly confident. They don't need your permission to be themselves. They just are.
They wear what they want to wear, they make their own choices, and they own them. They're not looking around for a pat on the back. And that self-contained energy, that is what's so incredibly compelling. And this is the whole secret right here. The biggest, most magnetic shift you can possibly make is to become genuinely okay with the fact that some people just aren't going to be your biggest fan. And that's fine. In fact, if absolutely everyone likes you, you're probably being pretty boring. When you stop trying to get everyone's approval, you become fascinating.
So what happens when you put all these pieces together? When you start to own your space, when you master the pause, and when you finally let go of needing everyone to like you? Well, you create what we're gonna call the magnetic effect. This is your new playbook. You're not the one sending the second text anymore. You're not twisting yourself into a pretzel to be what you think someone else wants. You've got standards, you know what you bring to the table, and you're okay walking away from anyone who doesn't see it. This isn't about playing games, not at all. It's about having self-respect.
It's just a basic law of human nature, right? We're drawn to things that are a little bit of a challenge, a little bit out of reach. When you have standards and you aren't afraid to walk away, you become intriguing, you become interesting. And here it is, the final, beautiful paradox of it all. The moment you become genuinely okay on your own, when you don't need someone else to make you feel whole, that is the exact moment people are drawn to you the most. Your own completeness is the magnet. So own your space, use your silence, and drop the need for approval. It's not about changing who you are. It's about finally having the courage to show up as the person you already are. The only real question is, are you ready to be seen